So here we have FE, which says it's a December 1985 build, but up here on the plate it says January of 86. Now XF's changed from Series 1 to Series 2 in February of 1986, and the main telltale sign is indicator lenses on the bumper bars at the front. This one doesn't have it, nor would you think that there would be, because it's a December 85 build, January compliance. Anyway, we think that it is an unleaded one. There was paperwork somewhere which said that it's an unleaded engine. Can't find the paperwork though, but that's the story. So much space to work in these things. The 3.3 in the unleaded is 88 kilowatts, not very much, 235 newton meters of torque, and in the unleaded it's 90 kilowatts or 240 newton meters of torque. So not much on paper, but it goes well, really goes well, especially in the manual form. This is a 4-speed Borg Warner manual gearbox, floor shift. Really drives nicely. The boot was full of a few spare parts. This weather shield looks nice. It's original to the car. And this stone guard. Now it doesn't make it look like an XE, but it certainly squares off a little bit the rounded shape of the XF, quite like that. The original cassette deck, which does work, it doesn't have any air conditioning, which is probably a good thing too. Some of the other cars we have air conditioning, but they don't work. So I don't mind the fact it doesn't have air conditioning. The steering is unassisted. It's not power assisted, but it is quite a light car to drive. This is the dash for the X-Pack. It's got the tachometer there, tacho, and it's got 4 gauges, 2 in line. Here with the press of a button it changes to volts and oil. So that's a little bit different from the GLM base model. Problem here is the Odo doesn't work, so I don't know how many Ks it's actually done. Certainly more than 242, hopefully not too many more. Push down and up. One thing about this car, there's no squeaks or rattles. A little bit in the back to start off with, but everything quietens down. Very, very quiet and comfortable car on long drives. Just effortless, up to 80. No shudders, no shakes, nice and straight. Take your hand off the wheel. True. No squeaks, no rattles, no noise from the diff. And she's got power if I put the foot down to do what it needs to do. So it seems to go very, very well. I was taken on an 150 kilometre drive yesterday, didn't miss a beat. This has got a familiar Falcon noise to it, in terms of the engine tone, that is. This is probably midway development of the engine that went into the original XK Falcon back in the very early 60s. I had a 1966 Ford Falcon XPU, had the 170 Pursuit engine, and I can still hear the sort of the tones of that in this engine here. This is say a 1986 vehicle, went up to 2016, so this would be about the halfway point of the development of that original 6-cylinder engine. Gearbox is really nice. The clutch, heavier than my Lancer, as you would expect, but really easy to drive, very forgiving. Since the last video, we've done the plenum box. We've cleared that out of leaves. Quite a lot of leaves there, as you'd expect, parked under a tree for a year, but as damp as it was, the plenum box was absolutely perfect, no rust whatsoever. Very happy with that. It's a difficult repair if you have to repair that. The only other thing that we've done is look at the timing, and the timing was spot on. 6 plus or minus 2 before top dead center, and that's exactly what it was. We played around with that a little bit, but we went back to that. That's all we've done really. Gave it a polish, put on a few of the accessories that were in the boot, such as the weather shield and the front stone guard. Nothing much else. So I think this might be the last video that we do on this car.